Hello and welcome back to another C++ interactive tutorial. In this demonstration I'm going to teach you guys how to do for loops in C++, and we'll have several examples and we'll make sure this is thoroughly understood. So here we have the syntax. This is the format in which it's done. Integer, condition, increment, and then your statements go in here. So some examples of that are, and here these are arrows pointing down, showing you this is our integer, our number, basically like a number variable, x equals 1. We're going to do the loop while x is less than 10, and then each loop we're going to add 1 to x. X plus plus means x plus equals 1, which is also the same as x equals x plus 1, and then in between we have the code that we do while we're in that loop. Another example, for int a equals 0, while a is less than 10, add 1 to a each loop, and then we're going to print a out to the screen. Okay, so another thing real quick. If you want the code and everything to work right with what I'm doing, I'm on Linux, which is free. You can get it anywhere. If you're not already familiar with it, I would highly recommend it. You need to make sure you have the following installed. Let me open up my these two right here. You can do these in the terminal. Open up a terminal. Sudo apt get install njuta tac y. Sudo apt get install libtool tac bin tac y. And I'm running the latest version of C++ on the latest version of Linux, so it's good to get your versions right, because you could try this on like a Windows machine on an older version of C++ and it might not work so well. Okay, so we open up our njuta, close this old project, create new project. It's important to do this with every demo, because if you try to go in an old demo and then just put the code in there, it'll give you problems. So always make a new project. Follow along with me here, and you'll have no problems. Project name, for loops demo. Just gonna next your way through it. Pick the folder. I'm using the same folder every time. Desktop/pi/C++. Next. Go ahead and click next. Apply. Now, once we're in there, we're going to go to our main file. Get all this out of here. This was another example. Cut and paste our code. Oh, I forgot, make sure you include an outstream and do using namespace std, not to be confused with sexually transmitted diseases. And then of course we're going to need to initialize our main function. And when you start a function, you indent. And make sure you have these lined up, code blocks. So we'll go ahead and save that and run it. Oh. Hang on, difficulty. Okay, I found the problem. I had a semicolon there. I just had to pause the video so I could figure out what was wrong. Take that semicolon off, and then we run it. We see here the output 0 through 9. We set an integer to 0, call it a, while a is less than 10, add 1 to a, and then print a out. So let's go ahead and run it again and show you. So there we have it. Okay, we'll go over this one more time. It's pretty straightforward. Make sure we include this in our code, of course. So I'll go ahead and put the actual, how it would look. Let's say this is the beginning of the code right here. End of code. Okay, so include in-out stream using namespace std. I think it's funny that they call it std. Initialize a main function. No semicolon there. Do our open bracket. Of course, we indent. We indent after the for loop. We line these up. Make sure you got one here, and then of course we have to close out of our main function as well. So that's it. That's the code. That's a for loop. To reiterate, we'll go over it again. The syntax is integer, condition, increment, statements go in between. Always indent. Integer is our whole number. Int x equals 1. That's how we do that. While x is less than 10, we're going to continue to loop, and then this is our increment. Integer, condition, increment. Integer, condition, increment. X++ represents x plus equals 1, which also represents the same thing as x equals to x plus 1. We're just adding 1 to x every time. Our code goes in the middle. This right here, I don't know if we went over this yet. That just, see how we have it displayed on a different line? If we left that out, it would put them like this. Just since we got it in there, it goes down, new line. So that's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, nothing to it, you know. If you're familiar with other programming languages, and it's nothing you don't already know, but that's how we do for loops in C++. So keep up with these tutorials, you know, once you get through about 10, 15 of them, before you know it, you'll be sitting down and writing pretty cool little programs. And towards the end of this playlist tutorial series, we'll learn how to take everything that you learned, and you'll be able to take everything that you've learned and can use, and then tie it in with a GUI, and you can just write like regular, normal software, you know, like boxes, buttons, all that. So until next time, I'm Scott. If you have any questions, comments, please let me know below in the comments section. Please subscribe if you appreciate and enjoy these videos and you're learning and you're following along. And as always, thanks for watching.